males or females?
Okay, maybe this is a hypothetical. This is hypothetical. Survival and reproduction. Those are the two base things for humans, and frankly, for all species on this planet. So, if a woman's promiscuous, if she has a high body count, it is an evolutionary thing that's tied to paternity uncertainty. Mm-hmm. So, if you lie to your husband, if you cheated on him, you lied to him, or you're just promiscuous, you're sleeping with a bunch of dudes, you get pregnant, you are essentially potentially depriving that man of his opportunity to reproduce.
Okay, how often is this happening, and why is it an issue?
It happens a lot more than you think.
I don't know the exact stats. Maybe Eric can pull it up, but it's like in the double-digit percentages that men are raising children that they think are theirs that are not. It's astoundingly high. Astoundingly high.
I mean, I just gave you the
I have
example
never in
of
my
the court
personal
case.
life met a man raising a child that isn't his, or even raising a child. I've met a lot of single mothers.
You guys
it's just my
They
personal
wouldn't.
experience.
Well, I mean, the women are either lying or.
You've never seen one of those
Women are
videos
either
where
lying
he
or-
finds out he's not the father and he starts crying or something? None of you have ever
Of
seen
course,
those?
I've seen those videos,
Okay,
but
so that's a perfect example.
That's also entertainment. Clickbait, like they.
That's not entertainment,
The
that's
whole
somebody's
show,
life.
Maury, is based on who's the father.
Well,
like
this is a
you
court
are
case.
cherry picking.
It's not.
100%.
It's not cherry
No.
picking.
But the point I'm trying to make is.
I feel like we're talking too much, though. I'd really love
Hold
for
on.
like
No.
other
But
people to
okay,
chime
let me
in.
just address the cherry picking thing. So you claim it to be cherry picking. Does it happen? Does it happen to a majority of men? No. Does it happen to a minority of men? Yes.
How many single
However,
mothers are there?
Hold on. These numbers suggest that the widely quoted figure of 10%
Unsubstantiated
is,
figure.
however, in studies that solely looked at
Is an
couples
overestimate.
who obtained paternity testing because paternity was being disputed, there are higher levels, an incidence of 17% to 33%. Look, in any case,
solely looked at couples where paternity was being.
okay,
This
hold on.
is cherry picking.
Yes, but
Hold
at the
on,
same
hold
time,
on, hold
there's
on,
something
hold
called
on.
the law of small
Please.
numbers.
Hold on. The point I'm trying to make is, even if it happens to a minority of men, that doesn't mean that the risk or the fear doesn't exist. And it doesn't mean that, okay,
We have
you
risks
could,
and
hold
fears
on,
too.
of course, but
We can be raped. We can. There's
That's
lots
right.
Of risks and fears for women.
that's right. And women are totally reasonable to take precautions when dealing with men, in the same way that men should take precautions when dealing with women and having legitimate fears about potentially having children with someone, and that being a paternity fraud situation where you have just poured your heart, your resources, and
Yes,
potentially.
that's an awful, awful situation, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It is absolutely
But
horrible.
you guys can't relate because it's impossible for that to happen to women.
But you know what's possible to happen to me? It's possible for the government to force me to have a child I don't want. By
You live in
even though if
California,
I'm
so
raped,
no.
if I'm in a different state, dude, it doesn't matter. Let me just put into perspective what women are
Well,
actually
that's-
having to deal with.
That's a completely different conversation if you
It's
want to
about
derail
children.
it.
It's about babies. You're
But
talking about
we're ta-
paternity,
Yeah,
raising a
you're-
child.
You're derailing the conversation. We're talking about paternity fraud. We can have a conversation about abortion,
I'm just
but
going to open up the table because I feel like I'm talking a lot, and I feel like there's other opinions that should.
well,
be heard.
it's a good time to say that because I need to go back to the super chats here. So, all right.
Nobody
let's
else
see.
wants to comment on that.
I mean, I can open it up if anyone does.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are you genuinely like scared of that happening in your life? Like that's a genuine fear that
Oh,
you
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
See, women can't empathize with. You guys are laughing right now at something that absolutely
No, it's
fucking
horrible.
crushes men.
No, it's
I would
absolutely
never dare to
awful.
laugh at, for
I didn't
example, a
laugh.
woman getting raped. I would never. And look, I know they're different, but I would never laugh at something that hurts women on such a deep level. And for you guys to laugh about
But my
paternity fraud is
reaction was
shocking.
that's fucking horrible. I
There's
can't
not much
believe
else
that
that can hurt a
happens.
man
I
deeper
don't
than that.
understand.
That is one of the
it's
worst.
a terrible thing to
when it-
happen, but what are the chances? Like
It's higher than you think.
the chances of
17
any
to
of us getting
33%.
sexually assaulted
Is
is
1 in
through
3.
the roof
1 in
compared to that.
3.
Okay, we can
Well, we're
play a
not actually talking
comparison
about
of
sexual assault.
victimhood. We can do a comparison.
But you're
just
bringing up
did.
male victimhood this whole time, and yes, there are male issues.
No, but-
Males are
no.
killing
Hold on.
themselves
Stop.
in high numbers. It's horrible. But you can't compare male victimhood and not allow us to speak
No.
on our issues.
No. But we were speaking about a very specific thing. I wasn't saying because of this one thing that men have it worse than women. That's not what I was saying. I'm perfectly prepared to make that argument, however, but by bringing up it's whataboutism. If I'm talking about something that affects men, you can't just say, well, women get.
Okay, my
Yes, they do, but that's
reaction-
irrelevant to the
Okay,
conversation.
my reaction to the paternity thing is that it's absolutely horrible. I can't believe the statistic is that high. The women that are doing that are terrible people and, should face the consequences of that. And the males who are raising the children should, know, and there should be paternity tests, at every birth, and it should be figured out. However, it's not like a gotcha. It's not like something that makes it okay to say that a woman's body count is the most important thing. It's just not, because
That's not what I'm arguing. I'm giving you one of many reasons as to why men care about body count. I've given you some reasons that men can intellectualize. I've given you a variety of reasons. We didn't even talk about STD risk. The more partners you've had, the more likelihood you are to have an STD.
But that's a risk you're taking.
Are you so quickly I guarantee you, I don't know if any of you have herpes, but if you were to get herpes, I doubt you would be so quick to defend promiscuity and having a high body count. I guarantee
But
you
I
that.
don't defend it. I don't think it's good to be promiscuous.
Then what
or
are
have
we
a high
what are we arguing about?
What do you mean?
I was talking
arguing
about paternity fraud
that it's
because it's related to why men care about body count more than women. Because women don't have this fear of being victims of paternity
You
fraud.
think that's okay? I just
It is.
disagree.
It's
okay.
evolutionary.
And it's also another reason why a man would rather end up with a virgin wife than somebody who's been promiscuous, because you will never have to worry about if that child is yours.
But you have paternity tests now, so it's very easy to.
Okay.
There's so many men that raise children 10 years old and they don't ever take a paternity test.
Okay, on the paternity test thing, because of modern science, an invention of modern science does not undo hundreds of thousands of years of evolution.
Sure, I agree with that. I argued that for you when I made that.
Right, but just because there's paternity tests, it doesn't undo the fear.
Yes, you can have the fear just like we have a deep fear walking outside. That was the only thing that I compared it to, the fear. We
But
both
they
have
don't-
fear
but it's a
of
wrong
our
comparison
sexes.
to make. It's the wrong comparison to
Okay,
make. I think
how?
that's the
They're both
argument.
about children.
Well, just because they have
No, but
children
we're
involved
talking.
doesn't
I'm
mean...
relating it to body count. This all came up because I was giving you reasons why body count
So-
matters.
Okay.
Wouldn't you be a little bit worried if they were a liar and a cheater? Like, more so than their body count?
Okay, but I feel like we talked about that. But
Yeah, we